to do it again, but we were wrong. You only get to do it once.
That is Liam Gallagher and Once from his new album, which comes out in September, called Why Me, Why Not? And that is our Radio X record of the week. I think that song is growing on many people.
Yeah, lovely.
It's a beautiful song. Hey, listen, you tuned in at a good point. Go to the Chris Moore Show on Radio X Facebook page or the Chris Moore Show on Radio X YouTube channel. If you're watching live now, hello, good morning. We're about to bring in, let's bring them in now, Paul Whitehouse and Mr. Bob Mortimer.
Yay.
Come round here, you fine gentlemen. Look at
Very
this.
well, thank you very much.
Get yourselves in, get settled.
Hey, Chris.
Hello, Bob. Hello, Paul. Paul, what was that noise you made as you sat down?
That's old man sitting there.
I mean, I'm making the noises when I get up. What age do I have to start making the noises when I sit down?
57.
Yeah, 57.
57.
Ay, ay, ay.
Universal.
How I.
Would you like to know about our ailments, Chris? I don't know if is that the kind
Listen-
of
Yes, it
subject
is.
matter
This
you
is
enjoy.
It's
Yes,
an open
Bob.
forum, Bob.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we've both got no cruise shits on our right knees.
No left, mine.
Yours are left.
Yeah, but I've got a torn meniscus in my right.
Oh, nice one. Well done.
Hey! Torn meniscus.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got something terribly wrong with my throat. Not a cold or anything.
Right.
Something that's going to need science to
Oh.
assess. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Throat
really?
science.
Paul's balding. I'm not.
Right.
Balding. I'm a work in progress. You're finished.
Well, I was looking at episodes of The Great Gone Fishing, and there is a lot of references to Mr. Whitehouse, your hair or the bald spot on your head. However,
I mean,
I do find this a little bit rich from Mr.
Exactly.
Mortimer.
I know. At least I'm still clinging. So a bit of follicle action going on.
Yeah,
it's
no, I
over.
wish I was there, Paul. I wish I was there. But never call me bald. Never forget the ding.
There was a lovely moment where you did perform some magic on Paul's head when
Yeah.
it comes to hair.
Yeah.
Turned me into Tony Blair, didn't
Into
it?
Tony Blair like that.
And it was a good look.
Yeah. It was a bottle of centrist politician. It instantly transforms your views towards the middle
these
ground.
days sounds like a sort of statesman.
But you said that you've been doing that for years.
I did when I
shooting
was
stars
first, when the ding first came.
Right.
Yeah, I did a job. It was invented by Paul Daniels, you know, that stuff.
Wow.
What was it?
Oh, so yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
It's a terrific product. I don't know what it's called, but it was an incredible transformation.
Nobody
Paul.
said you like it, not a lot. Oh, that's magic, or any of that. Did they there? So nobody jumped in.
Everyone wanted to.
I know.
We are going to talk about the new series, which starts on Friday night at 8 o'clock. Getting you pumped up for the weekend, watching you guys sat side of a river,
That would get you out, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
talking
course it
and
will.
then not talking to each other. Can you remember when you two first met, and what, more importantly and more interesting for me, what your impressions were of each other?
Do you remember, Paul? I remember you from the Albany Empire Theatre.
Yeah, big night out. I remember coming down because I'd heard about a bloke who flattened some brie onto a carpet tile, and I thought, this is gold.
Yeah.
It's unmissable. I'll even go to South London for this.
Wow.
And we did, and a sort of little bunch of us used to go every week to watch Jim and Bob, Vic and Bob at the Albany Empire, yeah.
I don't remember our first occasion.
No, I remember thinking, who's the other funny bloke up on stage there who fancies himself a little bit too much? He's on and off too quickly. Me again, and another guy. But no, it was we were proper fans, and we used to get a bunch of us used to go every Sunday night to the Albany Empire.
Yeah.
So it was brilliant.
And what would you?
And there was a real buzz about it at the time as well, wasn't there?
Yeah,
it was.
felt that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what would you have been? Where in your comedy career would you have been at that
Well-
point? Would you have been writing for Harry?
Yeah,
Then?
yeah. We'd done. I think we'd done Stavros and loads of money, and so we'd been. We were no longer thought of as just Harry's sort of idiot mates from the pub. You know, we'd cracked it a bit. You know,
Yeah.
At least people let us in.
You're
You
on
know,
the
at the
payroll
BBC.
now. On the payroll,
Mr.
yeah.
Whitehouse. Yes.
And were you not? Do you not remember going? hey, apparently the man who writes Loads of Money is in the audience tonight.
Well, I don't remember that. I mean, I think Loads of Money was probably the greatest comedy character of my time. So,
Yeah.
Biggest impact,
if
probably,
I'd
didn't
known,
it?
Yeah.
Well, if
You'd known, you'd have been a little bit kinder, a bit more polite, a bit more respectful.
Well, yeah, if I'd known this little old lady had written Loads of Money, I probably would remember. But maybe I didn't know, Paul. You're not a
Probably,
sort of,
no.
you're not a shout your trumpet.
Well, you're not
kind
going to
of
say, hi, I just recently wrote Stavros and Loads of
You
Money.
may know me
I
from.
love your brief flattening work.
And can you remember anything else? Because I've heard you tell the story about the brief flattening before, but is that literally the one glowing memory of watching Bob?
It
perform?
was, honestly, that was how Charlie reported it to me. He said it with real glee and joy. It's like, this was the most fantastic. It's like the new Messiah. There's a bloke and he flattened some brie onto a carpet tile.
Did you participate in the Tanita Ticker and Drink?
Yes, I was in Tanita Ticker. I was Tanita Ticker.
And Charlie got up a stepladder and dropped some dog
Yeah.
food into a paddling pool.
Yep.
That's entertainment, isn't it?
It is entertainment, yeah.
What was that? What was on what?
It was, let's call it an interlude.
Right.
I mean, people didn't really watch The Big Night Out, did they?
Just sort of shouted a lot and
Yeah.
there was a lot of interaction, wasn't there? There was a catchphrase call and response kind of
Thing going
to
on,
it, wasn't it? Yeah.
How long were these shows? So these are when you and
they were long.
Vic first started you do it in the pub before the Big Night Out went on telly.
Yeah.
But were they a couple of hours long?
Yeah, for
they
sure.
were. I mean,
That's so.
to take a flask and some sandwiches, you know. Bring me Nan along. You sit there, put a little blanket on her.
Paul, have you finished in Only Fools and Horses?
Just finished.
Are you finished done? Or
No, I'm not finished done.
just a break?
I'm finished having a break because I'm old, as we've just discussed. I've, no cruciate ligament in my left knee, and I do a lot of swivelling on my right knee as granddad. Torn meniscus.
Oh,
really?
Is that his real name? I never knew that. Are you? Now, I've got a bet on with Dominic. Bob, you and Paul have been friends for many, many years. Have you been to see Paul in Only Fools and Horses, the musical? Oh, you have?
Oh, great.
You left the house?
I did, yeah.
Wow.
It's a terrific show.
I
It is
loved
great, isn't
it.
it?
Isn't it,
Yeah,
though?
yeah. We went to see it, just before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah. Paul came on the show
Yeah.
to announce it.
Yeah.
Paul left, and then the tickets went on sale that day or the day after. I went online during the show, bought tickets,
Yeah.
and then I had to change them because it ended up being pretty much the night of my birthday party. So I changed them.
Oh, that's right, with February
And
time.
I took
yeah.
my mum and dad and Dominic.
That was very early in the run. We'd
bloody
only just started.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have got in at Christmas because it wasn't on.
No, it wasn't on Christmas, yeah. February. It was February.
You'd have had an even better night.
We loved it. It was brilliant.
It's
Thanks,
great.
guys. It's a great show, isn't it?
Such a
I have
great
to say so myself because it's
It
not.
is.
It's just honouring the legacy, really.
Yeah.
And that's all we do. It's
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 weird.
brilliant.
It's
Really
weird
brilliant.
how you're a bit uncertain at first as to like what you're watching.
Yeah.
Is an impression or and then by the end of it you prefer this new lot.
Yes, absolutely. yeah,
I
it's
think
true.
you're very polite. I think the thought you have is, that's not Del Boy, that.
Yeah.
That's not Rodney. That's not so and so. And then you're right. By the kind of second act halfway through, that's 100% Rodney.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
You can't
what I
remember
remember.
anything
they're
else.
brilliant,
Hellboy.
aren't they? And
Yeah.
all the cast are fantastic because
Yeah.
as you can imagine, in the theatre, people have to take holidays, people get sick, and all the stand-ins and the understudies are amazing. They step up and they're as good.
Yeah.
Easily as good. And sometimes just because they do a different version,
Sure.
it moves it on again, and
Yeah.
it's been an amazing experience. I'll tell you, one woman apparently came in, met a friend of mine. She went, "Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's like Warhorse." She was like, what? So what do you mean what? But it's really brilliant feature. What she meant was you don't see the puppeteers after 5 minutes,
Ah, okay,
which is what
that's
you're
good.
saying.
Yeah, yeah,
But she did it in a much cleverer way.
Yes, you did, yeah.
Yeah.
Much more articulate way.
Comment.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was
Thank you,
money
Gov.
well spent, and everybody should go and
So
see it.
it's a joyous show, and I'm off for a while, and then I'm going to go back because I'll probably miss it very quickly.
Yeah.
Bob, you'd be good in it.
Doing the uncle. Are you uncle or granddad?
I'm both.
Don't,
Bob, don't
boy.
tell everyone that I'm both.
Don't be a plonker.
Oh, it's not bad.
Do you know, that's
That's not
uncanny. I
bad,
think.
is it, Chris?
We were talking on the air before you guys came in, and I was making a list of characters that you've both done through your comedy careers. And I was looking at, so very quickly, let me just run through. Rowley Birkin, who's a lovely character. Arthur Atkinson.
Tick.
Ron Manager.
Tick.
Ken, obviously suits you.
Tick.
Ted, you know.
Head tick. Oh, big tick there, Bob.
Yeah,
Mike Smash, obviously.
Oh, there's a big tick.
We
Oh,
had
you got some competition here, Mortimer, haven't you?
I've had it. I'm not.
And then we went through a list of a lot of the characters you've played, Bob. And we've realised a lot of your characters are predominantly from the northeast.
Yes.
So we were going through. So Judge Nutmeg had a northeastern
Yeah.
tilt to him.
Yeah.
I'm in awe, really, Bob.
Graham Lister had a northeastern tilt to him.
Yeah, but
Marvin Gaye had a northeastern.
Didn't he?
Which was just brilliant.
Pat and Dave, obviously,
Yeah.
from the northeast. And then
Mulligan and O'Hare, of course.
Mulligan and Hair, slightly different.
Slightly different voice.
As is Tony from the club, which is still one of my favourite
yeah.
things that you and Jim ever did.
Controversial comedy, Mortimer.
Yeah. And that, me, Peter Beasley, best like. It's, you know.
He's northeast, though, isn't he?
What's your best impression, Paul? You must do some crackers.
Michael Caine.
Do some
really.
Michael Caine then. Come on.
It's like bleeding morals, all right, because you don't see the puppet ears. Do you understand what I'm saying? There.
Very good.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Now, have you ever tried to do impressions of each other's characters while you've been sat on the riverbank?
I've always suspected. Did you know Paul's character Brilliant?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've always suspected that Brilliant was an impression of me. I might be wrong.
Well, there's a bit of you in
Oh,
there.
really?
Bob. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there is a bit because he sort of varied from, as my Geordie mates say, Paul, that smoggy that you do.
Yeah, it's a bit smoggy, isn't
But
it?
then he goes occasionally a bit Manchester if you listen. It's not.
He travelled around a bit.
He goes round. He goes round the north. But there's probably a little bit of you in it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, when you do an impression of me, you always go like really simpering, like, "Oh, that's brilliant. That is. Oh, that's the best
No,
thing."
Paul, it's I just sit and watch telly, Paul. That's all I do. No.
If you do watch Gone Fishing, you do Bob's voices. It's very kind of the same all the way through until he does a big laugh, and then he just goes, ha ha ha, and then he goes back down again.
He does that, actually.
I'm not
It's really bad,
Irish.
but you know what- no, but you do.
Well, I never.
How about a little fish? But I find myself doing it. It's terrible because I've sort of, and I'm in someone's company for a while. I do
Yeah.
pick up on it. So I find I have to stop myself. Going, hello, Bobby, how are you?
It is. I'm like that. I've got to be careful with places
you
I
do
go and
pick
people
up
I hang
on
out with.
vocal tics of people, don't you?
The weird one's when you're with someone from a pop group. So you sat
Start
with
getting-
you sat with Paul Heaton.
Yeah.
You start going, every woman, every man. Oh, I'm sorry, Paul.
Yeah, no, that is terrible, isn't it?
It happened. The new show's great though, Paul. The new fishing show, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, thanks, Bob. Look at Bob getting it back on track. Like,
No, it just went through my mind. You know that beautiful episode 3 in Scotland.
oh, yeah, it's lovely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because some of the scenery is beautiful, isn't it? It
Yeah,
really
it's,
is
I
beautiful.
don't. You probably haven't seen the third episode, but
No.
Scotland is unbelievable.
Unbelievable,
Oh,
yeah.
You look at it now; it's properly magical, isn't it?
It is,
Some
it's
of the
amazing.
scenes, and
I sometimes think that 50% of the show is the UK countryside, to be honest. Just
Well, it's beautifully shot. It's really beautifully shot, Gone Fishing. And I was lucky enough, I've seen the first 2 episodes of the new series. And it's a joy to watch. It really is a joy. And it shouldn't be. It should be boring.
I know,
It
but I
should
like the
be
way you said
so dull.
you talk and then you don't talk. We go, yeah, shut up. We do talk. We actually consciously say, should we shut up?
Yeah.
Shut up and let the trees speak. Yeah.
I actually think the beginning of episode 1 or 2 is Bob walking up to you and you going, shh. I think the first thing you do is go, shush.
Right, yeah.
A carp, isn't it?
Yeah.
life.
That did make me laugh. Yeah, the first episode they go carp fishing.
No, first we go trout fishing. Second is carp.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I won't give any spoilers if they do catch any carp or not. You'll have to tune in Friday night
How
tonight.
exciting
on
is that?
BBC Two.
Do you know though? For people do damn our program with place, they go, "Oh, I really love watching your program. It's like a warm bath. It's not really soporific, you know. It's like I watch it and I go, oh."
But it is that thing where, if you look at some of the work, a lot of the work, most of the work that you two have done in your careers, the amount of writing and thought and production that goes into it, and now you've got a huge hit by just sitting there and talking nonsense to each other.
Yeah, I wish I'd found out 20 years later.
It was this simple. Could have been this simple.
It's such a joy to do it.
Yeah.
How much filming do you reckon they have of you two just sitting there staring at the water?
Not enough.
Must be 20 hours a show, mustn't
Yeah, because I think we do each episode. We only get 3 days an episode, so which is fine if you weren't trying to do something as unpredictable as fishing. There are no golf. At least the hole is always there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even I can hit a golf ball into.
Well,
a
can
hole.
you? Can you?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, you can.
But it's very unpredictable fishing. So we've got 3 days, to do the accommodation, the food that Bob knocks up, and have some discussion about health and hearts and which obviously underpins it all. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a show really. Yeah. And what has been also sort of joyous for us is that people do come up to us, and don't they? And they tweet and have been in touch with us saying how helpful it's been, in their families to get
nice.
hearts checked and themselves or their, loved ones. So it has had a really positive, beneficial effect that two old cynics like us weren't quite prepared for.
No, that's true. It's like, we get a lot of. It's like when I had my heart up, when I got home, it's a bit scary, and I remember looking on the internet to find someone who was on telly or something, so I could see an actual what happens, what's the future.
Yeah.
And the only one I could find was Graham Souness, we used to call him.
You call him Souness, everyone else calls him Souness, all right?
Yeah, people from the borough call him Souness.
All right, fair enough.
I call him Graham.
And it was very reassuring, and I think it's been nice. I think a lot of people have had the same problems as me and Paul, but they keep quiet about it because they're worried about
when did you have your surgery?
2016,
right?
End of 2016. I
Not
think
that long ago, really, is
so
it?
long.
No, not really.
But the heart will it gets stronger as time goes on from the surgery. It will get stronger as well.
Well, I don't know, Chris. Are you a kind of consultant cardiologist?
I performed, but you were out. You'd take. No, my dad had a quadruple heart bypass 2004.
Yeah.
And he's fit as a fiddle.
Fit as a fiddle, yeah.
And
My dad had the same, and he lived for another 32 years after it. So
Oh,
and
really?
I think,
No, because my dad had his 31 and a half years ago. So. Oh well, never mind. Save a bit of money at Christmas.
got it, Mosley.
Thanks, Bob. Now listen, everybody, we're run out of time, sadly. However, I'm going to tell everybody, Gone Fishing Series 2 is on Friday night, 8 o'clock on BBC 2. If you've not seen the first series, it doesn't matter. You can watch it. You will enjoy it. It's like, I don't know, a warm bath. It's like Warhorse.
It's like Warhorse. Yeah.
Before I let you go, Bob, I've been obviously listening to a lot of your stuff and researching, and I was wondering, could you watch a fair amount of fascinating television?
I do. I love watching TV, yeah.
So I've written down Bob's TV tips, if there's anything that we collectively should be watching on your approval.
Well, I think everyone should have a try at season 5, episodes 12 and 13 of My £600 Life, the Asante brothers.
Oh.
That's an incredible tale.
So you thought he was doing a joke then, didn't you?
No, I did. No, because I know that he now regards himself as providing a service. He's like he's taken on the mantle of all our woe, a bit like Jesus.
A bit like face it.
I was going to say more of a human Radio Times, but Jesus, it's the same thing.
Television Jesus.
Bob Mortimer, a bit like Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, so just
But he does, doesn't it? In your podcast, I listen out, Bob.
Well, I get
Like your
upset, Paul, because a
recommendations?
lot of people involved in TV hate TV.
That's true. A lot of them
It's
say,
weird,
"Oh, I
isn't
don't
it?
watch telly."
And I think Teen Mum Old Girls, I think every family, especially if they've got daughters, should have watched that. What a superb programme that is.
Okay.
But if I went into any of the major television companies and said, "Do you watch? I was watching Teen Girls, Old Girls," they'd look at me like I was.
He's
an idiot.
right.
I wouldn't walk into an office and say, I've just been watching Teen Girls.
Depends which office.
Teen Mum.
All right, guys, just been watching Teenage Girls.
I highly recommend it.
And everyone else should as well.
Well, on that bombshell,
Thank you, Chris.
thank you very much for coming in. It's
Thank
been
you
a
very much.
pleasure to meet. Oh, before I go, I should just say, Paul, I've met you many, many times, but Bob, this is the first time we've
I've
ever
met you, Chris. Yeah.
Well, we met briefly once before, and this is a beautiful, pathetic story of somebody of the age of 15, 16 meeting somebody from the comedy world that they would. I was just in awe of you and Vic, and you. The first book you did, I think it was The Smell of Reeves and Mortimer. You did a book,
Right.
and you did a book signing, and I went to Leeds and queued up with my book to get it signed.
Wow.
And I finally got to the front of the queue, and you and Jim, I sat there, and I handed the book over, and Jim went, "Who's it to?" And I said, "Chris." And he's writing to Chris, and it looks at me, and you go, "You look familiar. Have we met before?" And I went, in my stroke of comedy genius, "No, but it's only a matter of time now." And you and Jim went, "Right." Finished. And the next thing is, I was moved along.
Yeah, very quickly.
I liked your voice you had in those days. See, tee hee hee hee. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
There was a tee-hee. So lovely to meet you again, finally. And Paul and Bob, have a lovely rest of the day. Enjoy your time. The show is brilliant.
Yeah, good luck
Friday
with the
night,
series.
8 o'clock, gone fishing.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
Chris.
much.
Thank you, guys.
Radio X. The Chris Moyle Show.
With the KFC Veggie Rice Box. Light, filling and spicy.
Get an Ocean credit card. Check if you're eligible in minutes without affecting your credit score. It comes with a credit limit of up to £1,500 too. So get online and check for yourself at ocean.co.uk and get all that from Ocean. Intelligent Lending Limited is a credit broker. Capital One, the exclusive lender. Representative 39.9% APR variable.
You can pretend you want the spacious Alfa Romeo Stelvio SUV for its